James and Tyson, two young content creators hungry for thrills, stood before a sealed-off New York subway tunnel. Their eyes gleamed with a mix of excitement and apprehension. "This is it, man," James whispered, switching on his camera. "The abandoned line. Millions of views waiting." They slipped inside, their flashlights piercing the damp gloom. The air was cold and smelled of rust. The walls around them were covered in old graffiti, some of which looked like hurried warnings. "Stay away." One message, barely legible, seemed to whisper from the darkness. The deeper they ventured, the colder the air grew and the stranger the sounds became. Unnatural gusts of wind, water drips sounding like footsteps, and faint whispers seemed to emanate from the dark crevices. Tyson gripped his flashlight tightly. What was that? Suddenly, James's flashlight beam caught something large and dark in the distance. A train, rusted, decaying, and clearly long abandoned. But why was it here? This line was supposed to be empty. James approached, his camera still recording. They stepped inside the dark, stuffy carriage. Seats were torn, broken glass littered the floor, and a pungent, musty smell filled their nostrils. On one of the walls, there were strange scratches resembling claw marks, or perhaps fingers. James touched one of the scratches, feeling the cold. Suddenly, a shadow stirred at the far end of the carriage. A figure emerged from the gloom, human-like in height, but with pale, lifeless skin and empty eyes. It stood motionless, just staring at them. Then, a second figure appeared, and a third. They made no sound. Terror seized them. James tried to scream, but his voice caught in his throat. Tyson pulled him, attempting to run back the way they came. However, more figures began to appear from every crevice and corner, blocking their escape. They were surrounded. James dropped his camera, the sound of it clattering echoing in the silent tunnel. They tried to push through the crowd of figures, but their thin, cold bodies blocked every move. There was no way out. The figures did not attack, did not speak. They simply closed in, their empty eyes staring into their very souls. James and Tyson realized, with chilling horror, that some subway lines were abandoned for more than just safety reasons. They were abandoned because of something else living down there.